Everybody wake up. It's a brand new day, and this is your chance to let your soul shine. Proud to be you and me, freaks and geeks. Always remember that your soul is divine. Come on.
And welcome back to the little project we like to call Lary Talk, folks. I am the man that cancer couldn't shut up. I am your host, Henry King. How's everybody doing this week? Hope everybody's enjoying April, the bipolar weather that it is. Of course, you know it's Head and Neck Cancer Awareness Month. You wouldn't know that by looking at any media outlets. Still kind of annoyed about that. I've been doing my part about it, about trying to raise awareness, on my personal page, on Twitter, on TikTok, stuff like that. And so far, the only thing that's got me was blocked by Fox News. And I got a strike against my Twitter account for spamming Fox News, even though I won that one. But yeah, so my bad. So anyway, that hasn't been going too good. But everything else has been going great. The weather, on the other hand, a little bipolar, up here in upstate New York. It was like 75 degrees the other day. Actually, I think it reached 81 and nice out. And today it's supposed to snow tomorrow. So that tells you anything. It's like 50 degrees today. So anyway, this week's episode is going to be all about basic products that every laryngectomy is going to use. These are just basic products, okay? Like your HMEs, your base plates. We're just going to go over what they are, the abbreviations for them, stuff like that. So the one thing I want to mention is this is just about the products, okay? These are just the general products the average Larry would use or need. We are not sponsored by any of these companies of any means. We do not supply them. I'm just giving you the gist of things, so to say. There's many types of these products too. Some are better than the others, but I'm not going to rate them. I'm not doing that. That's not my thing. The main reason is because what works for me may not work for you. You know what I mean? You may like an oval. I like a Stabilibase. So I mean, people rating this kind of thing doesn't really make any sense to me because, again, everybody's different. I personally don't like the round ones of the base plates. Other people do. Some people like an extra flow HME. Other people like an extra moist. So it depends on you, where you're at. And it just boils down to you. So this is about what we as Larrys will use and not companies, okay? I'm not associated with any of them. None of them has sponsored this show, probably never will. So we're just going over so you know what kind of products you're going to be using, what kind of products that, if you're not a Larry, you'll see what kind of products we use on a daily basis. This has nothing to do with any of the companies. Just want to get that out there. And what works for me might not work for you. So this is my take on everything, okay? I'm just giving you the basics of what everyday life is like. Now, I don't even want to mention the companies because, I don't have their permission. They have lawyers. I'm just a dude in my kitchen doing this, trying to help people out. I'm not saying I'd get a lawsuit, but I ain't putting that chance out. Now, if any of those guys are watching and they want me to rate it, you pay me, I'll sell the fuck out. But let's get on with this, shall we? The first thing I'm going to start with is the Lary tube, because that's what you wake up to. After you have your surgery, the Lary tube is placed in. It's to prevent the shrinking, and it's to help you breathe. Your HME will actually fit inside a Lary tube as well. I was going to show you guys on video what the Lary tube looks like, but I'll have to do the picture because I always joke that I didn't know where my Lary tube was. And I just went to look for it, like literally paused the video, went to go look for it. I don't know where my Lary tube is. I did have two. One broke and the other one I just don't know. I used mine. I used mine for I think it was the first follow-up, which was 2 weeks after my surgery. And, the doctor took it out and said I didn't need it anymore, and I didn't use it. Now, they did advise me to use it during radiation because radiation damage and swelling and stuff could cause it to close. I didn't follow their advice. I didn't wear it. But nothing happened. It was good. I kept track of, I kept my stone was like the size of a nickel. So I made sure that it didn't get any bigger or smaller. And that was it. But some people will be wearing them for a while, a lot longer than you normally would, depending on you, depending on the situation. Some people wear them forever. Some people like them. I hated it personally. So what it is, Lary tube is a tube. It's about that long and it's curved and it fits down into your trachea. Okay. And then to keep it there, you either use tape or you got a collar thing that goes around and attaches to the Lary tube. And then there's also Lary buttons. Those are a shorter one that goes in, and again, you connect it with tape or you can connect it with a collar thing that has Velcro strap on. I didn't like a Lary tube. I couldn't stand the damn things. Every time I took it out and in, it was just annoying. You do have to clean them a lot more often. But when you clean them, it's really easy, man. You just take it out, rinse it off, and you can use soap and water. Or you can use alcohol or something like that. Just make sure it's really rinsed off really good before you put it back and dry before you put it back in. You know what I mean? I mean, you can put it in a little moist, but you don't want it dripping. And don't be dumb with it. You're not doing drinks or anything. You're just putting it in a tube. So make sure it's not sopping, dripping wet, something that's going to make you choke. So basically all it is, it's a flexible silicone. Okay, that helps prevent your stomach from closing on you, and it allows you to breathe. I mean, that's what they're for. They're pain in the ass. I did not like them. I'm sure 90% of you watching are like, fuck a Lary tube. So, and speaking of that, I've noticed that I keep holding this HME with my middle finger and flipping everybody off all the time, and I'm sorry. Please keep watching. Anyway. Next on the list is called the HME, Heat Moisture Exchange. It's this thing. Now, what the heat moisture does, okay, this is a thing attaches to your Lary. It can attach to your Lary button. It can attach to your Lary tube, or it attach to a base plate like I'm wearing, okay? And not only does it help prevent things like dirt and general junk of going into your lungs, but it humidifies the trachea as you breathe out, and it keeps your stomach warm and moist. Okay, so it replaces your nose, and it keeps it so this doesn't dry out, get all nasty, and cause you more problems than what you need. That can actually harden after a while, and then they got to go in and remove it, and you don't want any of that. So this pretty much replaces the nose. Now, it's a micron filter that's inside of this. And they say it's only good for 24 hours. Now, let's be realistic here. We know there's a few of you, us, out there that have worn it for like 3 days. Is it going to kill you? No. Is it good for you? Probably not. But these things are expensive, okay? So I can understand. Like, I wear mine more than 24 hours. I'll say that. Don't do as I do as I say. So 24 hours is the recommended. They say that it can filter out pollen and viruses and all that, but I've had pollen mess with me. I've had dust mess with me. I haven't been sick yet, but I'm sure pollen and dust get in there. Germs can too. But they say that it helps prevent that. I'm sure it's like a 90% prevention thing compared to like nothing, and it is better to have something rather than nothing, right? Now there's a bunch of different styles of HMEs. Okay, you've got your extra moist and your extra flows, and they've got different ones that they just came out with. And here's the controversial part of it: the new product line that they came out with doesn't, like the old product lines you can interchange no matter what company you went with. The new product line, you can't really do that. They don't fit the other company's base plates and stuff like that. So instead of helping us out, they're kind of looking to make a buck, I think. And that pisses me off, honestly. So you got different kinds. The other thing everybody always asks about is these things. These are called a hands-free HME, okay? If I can get it open. Now, the hands-free cassette is the thing that the HME goes into. Okay. The HME set, or this is the HME cassette, the hands-free cassette. And then you have the actual HME that goes in there. And there's a special type of HME you got to use. Okay. Let me demonstrate. The only thing that this is, that makes it so you can talk hands-free, there's a piece of little plastic flap in there, right? And when you push air out, it makes that flap go against the device. So that way air is pushed up into your tap and you're able to speak that way without having to press an HME. I'll demonstrate. And then I'll go over why I don't use these for the podcast. Really don't use them. Okay. So this is what it does, okay? I'm able to talk without having to have my hands up there. My problem with it is I could talk a lot longer without using it, because what I'm doing is when you push on it, you're actually putting pressure as well against the tap area. You're making more of a seal with it. So you can talk longer, louder, better. And you ain't got to take a breath every sentence like I'm doing now. The other thing I didn't like about these is the way the breathing works on them. They're not that great. Like you could breathe with them and all that stuff, but like say I've had problems where you go to turn it. So like they got what they call a walking mode. That's where you turn it and it won't work. You can just breathe out of it. And then you turn it another way and you can talk. Watch. And then when I turn it, I'm able to talk. The downside is sometimes it doesn't work. I've noticed. I don't know if it's mine or what, because I did get mine donated, but I'm pretty sure the guy donated it to me, didn't donate me a bad one, you know. So, and you can hear me breathe in a lot more when I'm using this thing, you know. So I don't use it for the podcast much. I don't really use it much. I mean, they're nice to have. It's nice to be carrying in groceries and able to talk, but I got used to using my finger, so I don't know. I don't like using it for the podcast, though. That's for sure. Like if I got some busy things to do and I need my hands and I need to talk, then yeah, I'll use it. But other than that, not really. And then to get the HME out, it's like a little nutcracker, right? And you're going to place this around the HME and pretty much destroy it and pull it out. And as you can see, the back of the HME is a little different, you know, and the front's different. It's a totally different HME than, see, this one. But they both have the micron filter into them. So they'll still work as what you need them for. And a lot of people like these, which I mean, I don't blame them, man. You know, just it's my personal choice not to use it. If I was doing like a business setting or something like that all the time, I'd probably use it. Like I said, if I'm using my hands a lot, you know, and that kind of thing, then it'll come in benefit. But for this, I don't need it. All right, now we're going to go on to base plates. Now, base plate is what I'm wearing around my neck right here. It goes around your stoma. I'll show you one here. This is called an oval one. All right. Let me get where I can see what I'm doing. This is called an oval. And then you have stability base. Now, I know it looks funny on that thing, but it looks like this. So, yeah, I don't know why they put the fingers on there. It looks weird. Like when I first seen that, I was like, why would I want that? How am I putting it on? It's easy. Now, the stability base is something that you would use mostly if you have the if you have the hands-free HME, that's something you would want to use with that because it gives you more stability, hence the name stability base, and there's more of a surface area, so you're less likely to blow it out. Where the ovals, you can actually blow it out really quick, like really quick. Although I didn't really have a problem with these. The reason why I switched is because I didn't want, like, my original plan was to go from oval to stability base back to oval back to, so I can switch it up because you'll get a permanent mark here from where you're wearing that all the time. You're ripping out the hair every time you pull it off, you know what I mean? And your hair after radiation's already thin. So I was trying to make it so I wouldn't have a permanent mark there. Now I don't care. I'd rather wear the stability base out of all of them. And again, there's different types. You got oval, you got the rounds. There's lunar. Those are the ones you wear at night. They have some for sensitive skin. They have all kinds of them. So talk to whoever your supplier is, and they'll send you a sample back if you ask it. You know what I mean? Insurance will cover it, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you're buying these things out of pocket, man, good God, these and HMEs will be about together, probably about $800, the cheapest. That's the cheapest I found. And if you can't get them through the major companies, you actually can order them online. I'd stay away from eBay or anything like that. But I found them on CVS. They were like $250 a box for both of these. Now, mind you, it's not a month's supply, but it's better than the alternative of nothing. And if you ever have problems with your insurance not covering this and you just can't get them, if you go to certain groups like Lary Speakeasy, they will donate you some, you know, and don't be afraid to ask them. It's what they do. The companies donate them some every year to give out, you know what I mean? Plus other Larrys will donate their things. When a Lary passed, usually their caretaker or spouse, whatever, will donate. So don't be afraid to ask if you need it. Also, don't be a dick and have a bunch of them. You just want free stuff. Don't be that guy. My advice is to experiment a little bit, you know, get us samples and see which one works for you. Because some people's stoma sits down more than mine, you know what I mean? So some might not fit them. Some, unfortunately, might not be able to use any of these because of the way their stoma sits, you know. Some people sink in. So experiment, try different ones, see which one works for you, if any. And hopefully they do, you know. Now, the other thing I want to mention is you can get skin barrier and then the remover. Now, the barrier I highly recommend. I know there's some people that don't need them. They have two different kinds I've noticed too that I get sent all the time. One is just a barrier. It's just a skin barrier you put on before you put your base plate on. And that's to help prevent from, you know, irritation, making your skin all red and rashy and stuff like that. And then they have another one that does the same thing, but then it's sticky. So that way it gives you more of a suction, more of a stickiness to your base plate. So you're not blowing it out, you know. And again, you're supposed to change your base plate every night. I, on the other hand, will wear mine until it looks like I really need to change it. I don't care about a base plate. It's a base plate, man. Once it gets dirty or it blows out or it's wrinkled, something like that, or it's just generally uncomfortable, got that itch going on, take it off then. But they tell you every, you know, 24 hours, take it off, or don't wear them at night, you know, wear the lunar and blah, blah, blah. And you ain't got to do all that. Now, if you're one that wants to do all that, more power to you, man. I didn't like the lunars. They're a softer one. And you're supposed to wear them at night, and it's supposed to be more gentle and blah, blah. But mine fell off every time in the middle of the night. So I'm like, well, what's the point of this? So I don't use them. And when I first became a Lary, I was going by the book on everything, you know, every 24 hours, changing everything. And when you first become a Lary, you're going to go through so many HMEs because you're coughing. And until you learn to move that HME out, you're going to go through a bunch of them. And you're going to shoot them across the room. My recommendation when you shoot them across the room, get out that tape measure and see how far you shot it. So far, I think the record's 20 feet. So if you can beat that record with a cough, A, good job. B, you got great lungs. So don't be afraid of like going through a bunch of them when you first become a Larry, because you're gonna go through like a box within a week and be like, what the hell? And that's what sucks about it. If you don't have insurance and you gotta buy them out of pocket, man. Like really, all of us Larrys should get together, chip in what, $20 each, man. We can make our own company. I'm just saying, we can muscle out the big guy. Well, maybe a little bit more than $20, but you get what I'm saying, man. If we all chipped in like $1,000. I mean, come on, man. The other thing you're gonna want to get is a trusty flashlight. Now, some people like the little tiny ones. I get these at like Walmart. They're the camping ones. They're really cheap, like $2. They work well. They're bright. I go and buy batteries off Amazon. I bought 1 box of batteries last year, and I've been running off them the entire time. So you're going to need that so that way you can look down in there and see what kind of gunk you got. See how bright that is? You know what I mean? You want a good light. You want something that's really bright so you're able to see in there real well. Now, I was kind of hoping it would show the inside of my stoma, but the camera's too far. And the reason why you want that is because you're going to be cleaning this out. The other thing I could have brought out was the suction machine, but that's buried in my closet. I don't use it. How I clean my stoma is good old-fashioned coughing. And this right here, Q-tip. That's all I use. With the flashlight, clean around there. And if you actually want to see a video of it, I have it posted on TikTok, and I think I posted it on the Lary Speakeasy board. I'm not sure. But I literally just clean it with a Q-tip, wipe the Q-tip off, go in there and get some more, cough out the excess, and I'm good. It takes me about 5-10 minutes at that. I do it twice a day or when needed, you know. And it's pretty simple, but get yourself the long ones. You see how long that is? It's a medical Q-tip. Don't use the short, regular Q-tips that you get from the store because they got a lot of lint that's going to get in there, and you don't want that. That's just as bad as getting like air and gunk in there and cause an infection, and now you got a whole other thing going on, and you don't want any of that. If you're not going to listen to the doctor, at least do it right, But the suction machine, it's a little portable machine. I'll put a picture up here because I'm not going to dig mine out. A little portable machine that you use, and it's got a little end piece. Use some saline bullets. They're little saline tablets about like that. You squirt it in your stoma. Yes, in the stoma. To make yourself cough, to loosen up all that stuff. And then you take the damn suction machine down in there and you suck everything out. I personally didn't like it. Well, the one at the hospital worked great because that's into a wall, hooked up to a generator or whatever. I got the Walmart special that barely sucks. So I was like, no, there's got to be another way. And somebody online, I don't remember who it was mentioning doing the Q-tip thing, and I tried it, and I've never done it any other way since. I have seen somebody stick a towel down into their stoma, twist it, and pulled it back out, and that was impressive to me. That was amazing to me, actually, because, A, never thought of doing that. B, impressed that he was able to pull it off. And C, he didn't cough. I cough when I do the Q-tip, you know what I mean? It'll make me cough. My man sticks a whole paper towel down in there and pulls it out. It was insane, but it was a fun watch. And then if you have a TEP, the TEP, if you have a TEP, you're gonna get one of these. It's called a brush, TEP brush, right? A little dirty. It's a good thing it's the old one. Every time you get a TEP changed, they'll give you a new brush for that TEP. It's meant for that TEP. It comes right with the TEP, okay? And clean it when needed. I mean, it's basic. some people clean it every day. Some people don't. I clean it when I need it. If it doesn't need to be done this day, I don't do it. I do clean before I do like the podcast, stuff like that. Just make sure it's clear. But other than that, when needed, they'll tell you to do it every day, though. So if you want to listen to your doctor every day, if you want to listen to a knucklehead like me, get your head checked. Another thing a lot of you might be using is the shower guard. Now, I showed this product before on an earlier episode. I don't remember which one. But the shower guard hooks into your base plate just like your HME would. And then you breathe from the bottom part here while the water runs over. I don't use this. I don't even use the bib. I forgot about the bib. Oh, well, all I can tell you what the bib is. It's a plastic bib. Think about the 1985 plastic bib you got for your kid. That's what it is. Just it goes a little bit farther around the neck, and I hated the damn thing because every time I showered with it, I'd still get water in my stomach. And during my radiation, I wasn't wearing my base plate or my HME because, skin was irritated. And the first time I pulled off my skin with the base plate, I was like, yeah, okay, I don't need to wear that now. So for like an entire summer during my radiation, I did not wear a base plate or anything. I just wore a bandana around my neck and avoided people. I had to avoid people anyway. It was 2020. What a great time that was, right? I still think half the time I'm like in 2020, thinking today is still 2020. It's amazing how fucking time has flew and done nothing. Anyway, so I don't even use this. I don't use anything but my HME. Do I recommend you doing that? No, not at all. But if you ever get comfortable, try it. Here's what I do. When I first came home, I bought a handheld shower head because that seemed logical to me anyway. Because even when you're wearing this, water could still get in there, like it's not proof. It's not 100 proof. So water could still get in there. So I bought a handheld shower and I've been using it like that. I was using the bib during my radiation, which, so every day I was choking. Every day I got into the shower, I spent like a half hour choking as well. So that wasn't fun for me. So then I don't know, probably about 6 months ago, we were having a discussion on one of the Lary groups on Facebook, and people were talking about not using anything. But one of the guys that was my mentor mentioned that he just wears an HME, and I'm like, that's balls, man. And I think back when I showed this, the episode I showed this on originally, I was talking about people that did that at balls that they can carry into a wheelbarrow. Well, my balls are now big enough to fit in a wheelbarrow, apparently, because all I use is an HME. You just be careful. That's all. I mean, 30 years ago, they didn't even have these products. So you face, really be careful. Face your back to the shower, all that. I think the only thing they had was a bib. And that was probably something that Lary invented, so. So yeah, I don't use anything. I'm real careful. I bend over a little bit farther when I'm washing my hair. You obviously don't take the handle and just blast your throat with it. You got to be smart, don't be dumb and you'll be all right. Now, if you're not physically able to do any of that, don't do it. Don't be a dumbass, okay? And if you're the kind that likes to listen to your doctor, which I hope you are, then do that. Use the card, use the bib. Now, if you're really paranoid about the shower, they do make other shower guards. They have one that's like a complete thing that covers your throat, goes all the way around your neck. And from what I've heard, it's really good, but it's expensive. You're going to pay a pretty penny for stuff. But I mean, that's another thing. If you're that worried about it, go get one out. And from what I've heard, it's way better than the bib, the shower guard, and all that stuff. But I'm not willing to pay $150 or even $50 when I can just go in like this, save money, and I'm in and out. So, I mean, really, that's basically it for your everyday use product. There's other things out there, and I'm sure I'm not covering. And somebody out there is going to be like, well, I use this every day. And it's like, okay, These are your basic. These are your just the gist of things. Okay. And again, I'm not going to rate them. If the companies that supply them would like to contact me for me to do something like that and pay me, I'll sell out. No problem. Not the show. I'll sell a segment for you, but not the show. And since the maintenance guy's over there cutting down a tree, this might be a good time to end the podcast because I've covered everything down. I'm just going to cover it today anyway. Yeah, remember, this is a bootleg podcast. I ain't got a staff. I don't have a big setup in the background. I don't have a blue screen. I don't have all that crap. I am the producer. I'm the director, sound guy, writer. In case you couldn't tell by the shitty production. I'm also like trying to give you guys positive information, entertainment. I'm not trying to make a buck. I wouldn't mind. It'd be nice to be able to monetize this thing and do something with it. But if I don't, and I'm able to just help one person, I'm happy. So with that said, let's go on to what we normally do. Go get Aaron Wayne's book, The Silent Partner, My First Year as a Laryngectomy. I thought I was going to forget, didn't you? This is his take on a book, his take on his first year becoming laryngectomy. It's a good read. It's a fun read. It's got your drama. It's got your comedy, but it doesn't have anything that's going to scare you. You ain't got to Google a bunch of things. It's an easy read. Go get the book. And if you're lucky, which if you ask nicely, Aaron will also probably send you some stickers that go on your HME. The one I'm wearing right now is O2 for obvious reasons. He's got a bunch of different kinds, like rabbits. He's got, you guys remember that one? Yeah, hearts. He's got different kinds, and he's always coming up with new ideas, and he always make them for you or give you whatever. They tell you how to do it so you can do it yourself. Not that hard. But if you go on Amazon, you can also buy this book. So I help Aaron out, give him some money. And I heard he's writing a second one, so I can't wait for that one to come out. He'll probably have it on here too. And as always, guys, go check us out on LaryTalk.com. Not only will you get the latest of the podcast episode, but if you go to the help and support page, you can actually find help and support in your area online, no matter what it is, whether you're looking for counseling, you're looking for a group, you're looking for insurance, whatever, information, it's on there, man. We can cover you. Just go into the help and support, go through all those links, and you'll get the support you need, I hope. You can also find us on Facebook, Lary Talk Facebook page, and Lary World, the group that you can post anything about, really. Just no religion, no politics, and I don't want any magic elixirs. The only magic that's curing cancer is the magic of a doctor and science. What else do I have to advertise? Oh, yeah, we're on TikTok and we're on Twitter. If you go to Lary_Talk on Twitter, you can find us there. And if you go to Lary Talk, you can find us on TikTok. Up there on TikTok, I've been posting mainly stupid jackassery videos, but I do have some, good tips, information, stuff like that. Just trying to draw people in, trying to entertain people. What else am I missing? And as always, you can always contact us here. Lary Talk Podcast at Gmail. That goes straight to my phone, so I'll answer you pretty quick. Then join us on a special YouTube episode on May 1st. May 1st will be my 2-year Laryversary. 2 years since I've had the surgery and became what I am today. The greatest guy ever. 2 years since I became a Lary. So I plan on doing a YouTube only. It'll only be on YouTube special. And I'm just going to go over my recap, what I learned, what I've done, and answer a few questions. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'll answer them right on the air. I can keep your name anonymous or not even at it, And or if you just want to get a compliment, to the show or to me. Or if you just want your name on here and let the dozens and dozens of Larry fans to you. That'd be kind of cool too. So on that note, guys, I'm going to get out of here. A little quick episode this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Just the basics of what we wear, and what we need every day. I'm sure I'm missing things. Whatever you're using, comment below. Share what you guys are using, what kind of HME you got, what kind of base plates you use, what you find the best. Share the info, guys. Until the next time, take care of each other and have a good one.
Everybody wake up. It's a brand new day, and this is your chance to let your soul shine. Proud to be you and me, freaks and geeks. Always remember that your soul is divine. Come on. When they're all resting, when the sun sets, we bust out paint and make a big mess. And take a big breath, cause the air is fresh. Like, man, this world here sure is beautiful.